Okay, chaps, here is the restart. I've got a few new guys added to the character pool, so looking forward to that. We'll go legend, reduce, beginner VO, subtitles. Without Iron Man, don't enable lost and abandoned. I mean that you experience introduction content as it provides. Okay, disable introduction. But I feel like that still runs new gameplay features and certain elements of the War of the Chosen expansion pack. Lost and abandoned, you still have the lost and all those features. Oh, we'll check.
Accessing the feed now.
Seen that.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe.
We've seen that. Right, let's hope we spawn in North America or Africa. And get a spawn where we can hit all three countries in our continent right from the start. Oh, we're starting with the Templar. Oh, okay. Oh, so this is what has happened now by disabling Lost and Abandoned. Interesting. So actually, in the previous campaign, we should have started with one of the resistance forces. Okay, well that's cool then. Advent typically moves in large groups. Yep, we know. Let's do the usual. Options. Graze band should only be like 5, so it's at 10%. Pause on recruit. 30. Potential 25. Good fog for all. Show me the abilities. Who we got? Paul King Fitzgerald. 60, not great. Average hit points. Very nice mobility. Neutral fence and okay, so that's a Shinobi. Fabian Widowmaker Young. Nice aim, negative defense. 4 hit points. That will be a gunner or a ranger. Colin Shock Douglas. Nice aim, good defense, decent mobility. Oh, Arnold the Governor Schwarzenegger. Average, below average, above average. Ooh, nice hit points. What's up, FS? I think this would be an assault trooper with those stats. Richard Wild Balance Wild. Above average. Nice. Another gunner or ranger. Conan the Barbarian. Crap. Above average. Very nice dodge. Wow, that's an incredible Shinobi. Anders Duckyaws Kulan. Nice dodge. Very above average. Above average. Don't know what to do with him. And Seb Lodorak Diallo. Below average. Above. Very much above. We've got lots of Shinobis to start with. Shinobis and assault troopers to start with. Also, color scheme. We did Desert Storm color scheme in the last attempt. Don't know quite what we're going to do with this playthrough.
The officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control. 10-4.
This default blue and white might be cool.
Affirmative.
I'm good, FS. The campaign went completely tits up after our last mission.
Okay, je bouge.
We got squad wiped on a ambush reinforcements mission, and based on the fact that it was late April and we only had 2 engineers and we hadn't built any of the buildings yet, I was like, fuck it, we're too far behind, just start again. And I'm glad we started again, because I had started the previous playthrough with the lost and abandoned content enabled, which actually meant that we didn't start with the resistance personnel, but we have here. We've started with a Reaper. Not a Reaper, a Templar.
Moving out. Moving to Overwatch.
Begebe mich zu dieser Position. Bestätigt. Überwachung läuft.
Can I hit one of these nerds? I can. Fortunately, none of the boys can get in range to throw a grenade. So we're just going to have to do an old-fashioned shoot and Overwatch combo.
Moving. Scanning.
But with 8 of us here, it should be totally fine.
Got it covered.
Conan the Barbarian will kick us off.
Rücke zu Zielkoordinaten vor. Bin dabei.
Bin
En route à la
dabei.
position indiquée. Bien sûr. J'ouvre grand les yeux.
Right, attempt number 2 of this campaign. Do I want to just take out one of the troopers right away? Or hit the... I think that's my best chance of hitting the surveillance drone. The worst thing is the surveillance drone often moves first, and then all the reaction shots get spent on the surveillance drone. And this direct fire shot is 62, whereas if it's a reaction shot, it's a little bit lower. And he does nice damage, so we probably need one more hit on that surveillance drone.
These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with.
Yes, boys.
Their obedience makes them predictable.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
En bonne et due forme.
And then the Templar can probably finish it off. Not even needed. What an ambush to get this second playthrough started. Hang on, what is the... I should see what I put my screenshot button. The screenshot is insert. Okay, because we're going to need to make some screenshots.
My watch begins.
Quite like the yellow, it looks kind of funky. Taking that is fucking scary, and he's likely to get flanked. Yes, it's a new campaign. Indeed, Dalmar, we had to restart. We got fucking wrecked. You know what? Everyone just stay on the roof. We're going to let the other pods activate and come towards us. We're under no time pressure. This is a classic thing to do in Gatecrasher. Pull them towards you in Overwatch. I also need to make a note of extra mods that I want to add. So let's see, I need the enemy within voice pack. So for the South African voice, I want the Arnie voice pack. I want the Stabilize Me. That's a good one. Overwatch All.
Scan en cours.
Overwatch.
A quick reload.
Mir entgeht nichts.
I think quick reload I've already got.
I'll maintain my watch. Come get some. Affirmative. Covering now. Moving Overwatch.
This is fucking spooky. Where are they? Laser sight. I believe it is Dalmo. Well, you're definitely in the character pool, but as to whether or not, just check if auto reload is actually on. It's not.
Ready to engage.
Overwatch All. Auto reload.
Got it covered. Alles im grünen Bereich. Bestätigt. Überwachung läuft.
C'est parti. Tout de suite.
Take your time, boys. No rush.
On Overwatch. Dann mal los. Biete Feuerschutz.
Okay, but this isn't all pods active. It's the dynamic pod activations. If I want them to come towards me, I'm going to have to throw a grenade, actually.
Scanning. The enemy moves among us.
Listen to his voice. Enemy moved among us. I wondered what would break first. Your mind or your body?
I can cover it. Heads down.
See if that's enough to pull them towards us.
Come get some. Affirmative. Covering now. Feuerschutz.
I wonder if that pod wasn't far enough away that that wouldn't have gotten their attention. Okay, we'll give it one more turn, then we'll start pressing forward.
I'll keep a on Overwatch. I'm on it. Scanning. Bin dabei.
Je reste en observation.
They aren't that close, judging by the distance in those lines. Right, blue move and Overwatch, boys. Go get him.
Overwatch. Kein Problem.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be an all pods active mod for War of the Chosen. There's only this dynamic pod activations.
Gebiet.
I much prefer Overwatch all. Sorry, all pods active.
No one gets by me. I'm on it.
I love what it does to the pace of the game. You know, go loud that first engagement,
Boss.
and then the very next turn, the whole map knows you're there and runs at you.
Na los, zeigt euch. Schaut. Vigilance. Finally. Let's move already. On Overwatch. I'm on it. Shh. I think I heard something.
Looks like they're moving counterclockwise. The other side of that building.
I can handle that. Come get some.
This is scary.
Geht klar. Bestätigt. Überwachung läuft.
Whoever watching, lads, is not telling what's out there.
No one will slip past. Got it. Moving. Here I come. Overwatch. On the move. Scanning. Schon dabei.
Well, I mean, I know that as long as who's in front there, Paul Fitzgerald, as long as everyone stays behind him, they're reasonably safe.
En vigilance. What was that?
And if any pod moves into us now, in the first half of their movement, then they might take some shots at us. But we have loads of Overwatch.
I'm going.
This is going to reveal. Surely this will reveal.
I've got eyes on Advent troops.
Okay, that's the one big pod. Then there should be one other two-man pod of just the sectoid plus trooper. Must be a way I can hit the engineer at the back. I see just out of range.
Schon unterwegs.
And I can't even get in my Templar. Oh, hello. I think that's worth it. Well, we'll... can anyone else take some flanking shots there?
On your order.
Oh, baby. Get him, Conan. Right in the chops. Please tell me one of you nerds can make it to that position. You're all too fucking slow.
On the move.
This blows. We're gonna have a bunch of people out in the open. Am I in danger there? These lads would need to move around here to get a flanking shot there. That lad can. And so long as I tuck up. Oopsie. If Loderak pops himself right there, he should be fine. Mommy, this dude. So if he goes there, someone could be safe there, I reckon, but not in that spot. And maybe we put Anders there, because now I've got two guys who are ready to jump up onto the roof at a moment's notice. 35 is not dreadful. 61's my best bet. The problem is I'm not flashbanging that engineer, so I can expect that engineer to move forward and flashbang all of these lads. The most important flashbang target is the engineer, who I can't hit. Fuck's sake. Missed.
Concentrate.
Ugh, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna get flashbanged.
This one's gonna be bright.
So there's these 4 nerds who are up here. Plus 2 more. Go, right shot, 28%. Okay, that shouldn't be, might not be that hard to deal with, especially if a sectoid stays on the roof. Which it doesn't, okay. That's flankable. The sectoid, I mean.
DNA. They are stronger than ever, with an even greater psionic potential.
Mir geht es gut.
He took a shot. I mean, it sucks that we got hurt, but I so prefer that to the alternative, which is 3 or 4 man flashbang. Okay, so if you need to flashbang that dude. Who are my rend targets and how much damage do we do? 4 to 5. So it's 50% chance to kill that sentry if I can hit him. 7 to 8 on the... Ooh, that's tempting, but then I got to take care of both of these two. It looks like I might be able to do.
Moving to position.
Okay. He was disorientated, so should be fine. 72 on that sectoid. I'll make this even higher. How safe is that? It's not very safe, but best defense, good attack. Maybe if I can get another flank on the sectoid.
Finally.
But I'm injured. This is very unlikely to hit. I mean, if it does, then that means I don't have to rend him. I can actually rend one of the other troops. Yes.
You see that?
Crap aim on Conan the Barbarian. You damn it, Conan!
Negative damage.
Oh, fuck! Come on, I'm making so many mistakes. I even said I was gonna take care of that Overwatch first, and then I go and fuck that up. Guess I don't these two counters flanked? He does. So what does this mean for us? This means Seb is gonna need to. That will kill this guy this turn, so he needs to get flashbanged.
Tired of waiting around.
The Arnie could do it. Which allows Seb to double frag there.
Boom!
The one must-die target there is the engineer. Because the engineer with his stuns makes him such a ball bag. That dude
Positive.
is flankerinoed. Although he could probably die to a grenade if I can get it onto both of them, just like that.
Hier, fang! Sie sind erledigt.
Cheeky double kill. Colin Douglas shouldn't have an extra move here. Does he have momentum? He does. Bonus movement action. Oh, I'm kind of fine where he is, but let's take him out of sight. As the governor is going to flashbang there, which means how does Kink kill that nerd, if he can at all? And also, am I in vision of that dude? I should probably stay in high cover. I'm going to sprint up onto the roof because then just drop. Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Will do.
Then the next turn I can drop down and hopefully get a flank onto that Guardian. Fuck, so we got 2 injuries already.
Flashbang.
Pity. No longer disoriented.
Ich werde
Oh,
flankiert.
flanked. Fuck.
Sind schwer verwundet.
Ow! And rolled max damage and critted.
Schwerer Beschuss in dieser Zone.
Well, these things happen. So that is a height advantage flank.
Seems doable. You know that was good.
Ah, he's fucking ball bag. 3 injuries. God damn it.
Genau nach Plan.
Positive confirmation.
Well.
Area secured. Status confirmed.
Gatecrasher in the bag. Not a great performance. But my excuse is always when you got 8 rookies to deal with, and they're all rookies, you got so few tactical options. Please don't crash, game. Come on.